Farmers have to wear a lot of hats, and one North Carolina producer does just that. And one of the most important roles he plays involves cultivating a relationship between the consumer and his farm, as North Carolina Farm Bureau shows us.
This farm has been in our family for over 100 years, passed down for over 4 generations. So the same land that we're sitting on was the same land that my grandfather and my great-grandfather farmed on. Back then, they started with fruits and vegetables and livestock. Then my dad got into commodities, and tobacco was his cash crop. I'm now at 165 acres here, and I lease over 300 acres. We primarily grow produce, wheat, field corn, soybeans, sesame, and industrial hemp. Being a good steward of the land is pretty much soil-based. It's what creates everything that we grow. If you don't identify the soil and what it needs, you won't have a good crop. And in order for us to make a good crop, we gotta pay attention to what our soil does. So planting cover crops, no-tilling, and focusing on conservation is primarily our primary focus on the farm during my generation. I'm a very input-sensitive producer, especially when we have high inflation. The price of our crops continuing to be the same as it was 20 years ago, while the inputs are continually going through the roof. Being diverse is, I think, the only way to have a significant impact with inflation. Always planting, always harvesting, always having something going out and planting something into the soil. I kind of dedicate that award to my dad. He was the person that instilled in me the intestinal fortitude to always keep going, never give up. He was hardly recognized as a farmer, so that award, I would say, is primarily for him. We own a consulting company. It's called the Connect Group, LLC. I'm also the director of Nature for Justice, which is a farmer inclusion program. I public speak. We do a lot of conferences. I call this the second half of my career is primarily focused to public service. Whether that be consultation for agriculture, farming full-time, spending time with my family, and finding ways to be philanthropic to the community. It has to be in you to be a farmer, because a lot of people will give up, and especially in a year like we had this year. But what I say all the time is farmers are resilient. We feed the world, we clothe the world. I love being a farmer here. It's a heck of a way to end my career, giving back and putting in my time on the land. Same thing my dad did and his father did also. So just following in those steps.
And our thanks to the North Carolina Farm Bureau for sharing that story with us. And that's all the time we have this morning. We're sure glad you tuned in. From all of us here at Ag Day, I'm Clinton Griffiths. Have a great day.